The Red Sea shipping lane attacks continue. We're going to go into some detail about what the Red Sea barbarians are up to this time. These trolls, these savages wearing sandals, what are they doing in the Red Sea? Well, apparently they set a ship on fire. This is a tweet by the U.S. Central Command on February 18th. Summary of Red Sea activities. Between 9:30 and 10:45 p.m., 2 anti-ship ballistic missiles were launched from Iranian-backed Red Sea barbarian-controlled areas towards the ship MV Rubimar, which is a Belize-flagged UK-owned bulk carrier. The missile struck the vessel and caused significant damage. It set the ship on fire, as you can see here. I don't know if this is the ship itself or if it's just an image used for visual demonstration, but the point is the ship was hit and a fire was caused, which created significant damage, enough for the crew to have to be evacuated from the ship. Now, it's rumored that the ship sunk, but this is not confirmed. Either way, there was a lot of significant damage done to the vessel itself, and this is significant because, as you know, the Red Sea barbarians, the savages, were attacked by the US and the UK supposedly in order to prevent things like this. So as you can imagine, the insurance companies that are charging an arm and a leg as they raise their rates to insure these ships traveling through the area, they're not very happy about the fact that a bulk carrier is on fire. It's not a very good situation to be in. Despite the fact that the US and UK are attacking these barbarians in order to prevent them from carrying out these attacks, they're doing it anyway. As you can see here, this is 2 reports by the UK MTO from February 18th and February 19th. As you can see at the top left and right, it says Incident 32 and Incident 35, which obviously indicates that there have been dozens of incidents. And on the left, you'll see it says 35 nautical miles south of Al Mukha, Yemen. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but there was an attack on a vessel. The crew had to abandon. That's the ship that we just showed you. And on the right, you'll see it says 60 nautical miles north of Djibouti. There was another vessel hit, but the damage was not as significant. Why does this matter? Why am I bringing this up? Well, it's as I mentioned, the US and the UK are carrying out attacks in order to prevent this sort of activity. But despite the fact that they're launching missiles, despite the fact that they're using drones and fighter jets to bomb these targets of the Red Sea barbarians in order to prevent this sort of activity, it persists. It is continuing. I want to show you this image here. Okay, this is an important image, I think, to help you understand all the consumer goods on Earth, okay, come to you most likely through the ocean. And because of the Red Sea barbarians and their activities, they are causing a large stream of ships, as you can see, to move south of Africa around the Cape of Good Hope. Now, you guys have heard this before, I'm sure. This is not new information to you, but I just wanted to visualize for you how many ships are in the ocean moving goods every single day. Moving on to this next image, you'll see here that there are still ships traveling through, but it's a smaller stream of ships traveling through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, through the Red Sea, and on its way to the Suez Canal through Egypt. Now, why are ships still traveling through this area? Well, it's because the Red Sea barbarians have made clear that they're not actually trying to take out everyone. They don't really care about taking out Chinese ships or Russian ships. They want to take out ships going to Israel, owned by the US and the UK, because they view them as complicit in genocide. This whole thing is meant to disrupt global economic trade in order to stop a genocide from taking place in Gaza. So, the Red Sea barbarians are continuing their attacks, and they're so significant that the European Union, which initially said they didn't want anything to do with this, if you remember the Italians and all the French, they all announced they're not going to send vessels. Well, now the European Union, made up of Italy, France, Germany, etc., they decided they're going to launch a naval mission. Instead of deciding to use their diplomatic pressure to stop Israel from committing genocide, which would bring an end to all of this, they said they're going to launch a naval mission instead, which obviously means sending frigates, which means sending destroyers, fighter jets, drones, etc., to try and solve a problem of violence with more violence, as if you can imagine. So this is not a very good situation.
Trust nothing. No law.